Good morning, Town of Dudley. We're missing one, but we have a quorum to act. It seems like we have 1,200 bills to sign here. Joanne, you want to start the...
Sure. The first, we're going to table minutes.
I wasn't here.
Yeah, so we move to number 4, which is I make a motion to approve the motor vehicle abatements for the month of April, the amount of $67.51 and 43 cents.
Second, that'll make it unanimous.
I make a motion to approve a Chapter 61A lien for the 55 acres of land. Do we say anything more than that on that? On Corbin Road.
Yeah, no, we don't. I second that and approve, make it unanimous.
Let's see, we need to deny the form of 3 ABC charitable application for the new owners on West Main Street,
Yeah.
because they were not the owners as of 1/1/2018.
Yep. I also agree, we'll make that unanimous.
I make a motion to approve the real estate abatement applicant for applicant A in the amount of $631.08 as the property is being completely rehabbed.
I'll second that and make it unanimous.
Make a motion to approve the real estate abatement for applicant B in the amount of $1,138 and 99 cents.
You need to sign that. That's what we just ordered on.
Yeah.
I'll second that and make it unanimous.
Okay. And let's see. To approve, I make a motion to approve the levy for 2016 in a recommitment number 18 in the amount of $314.17.
Second, unanimous.
Make a motion to approve the levy for 2017 recommitment number 19 in the amount of $329.58.
Second, unanimous.
And make a motion to approve the levy of 2018 recommitment number 15 in the amount of $247.50.
I'll second that and make it unanimous.
And we're up to old business.
Hey, got a question for you. I don't know if you saw today's paper that has to do with, oh God, I just lost their name, the Len's Place in Oxford.
No. Oh, the IPG?
Yes, IPG.
I saw the headline, but I hadn't had a chance to read it.
They are going to spend some $250 million on a 900,000 square foot building that's going to bring in 500 more employees.
Wow.
And they're doing it through the TIF program and something else that I'm not aware of. I know you were on the Economic Committee, Development Committee, so I thought you might find that interesting, but the town of Oxford was able to keep them in Oxford,
Wow.
where they had options throughout the nation. But interesting, no impact on the schools,
Yeah?
significant impact on what they get for money from the taxpayer. What a win-win for the town of Oxford.
But we're still caught in our little catch-22, you know, of road access and all the other above and limited areas.
No
for
utilities.
zoning. Yeah. So it's a question of whenever we can get caught up attracting the right businesses, that's basically it.
But are we doing anything to attract them?
Well, what is there, what do you think we could be doing? We don't control those other boards to see
Well,
what they're looking on developing those areas.
If they went a mile down the road, IPG would have a heck of a lot better tax base than what they're going to have in Oxford.
This is true. I don't think, I don't know if they have full-time people who go out looking to actively recruit versus we are still a part-time world. That obviously those who serve on the Economic Committee, I'm not going to run out and start approaching businesses to
Nope.
bring them in here.
Nope.
That's really not a function that I can do.
Wouldn't that be a function of our website?
Well, the other thing that I had brought up, and we're going to try we've got a proposal to the selectmen about starting a program that'll run 3 times per year, a little 20 to 30 minute session where we bring in people that are involved in financing commercial property, maybe even talk about commercial sites that are available in the town,
Yeah.
to try and bring those opportunities more to light, to keep the word out there. I think it's a matter of hitting all avenues. Some people are going to watch television programs, some look at the website, some read a newspaper. It's about trying to hit more sources to get to people, to let them know we exist and we really want to have business in this town.
Who's in charge of that?
Me.
Oh.
I'm going to do that.
Oh, nice.
I volunteered to try and set up to bring people in, and I thought bringing in commercial lenders to talk on a program would be good. We've done this business highlighting for a couple of years. I think that's great. We highlight the local businesses, but I think if we were to approach real estate people even and owners who have commercial sites available and put out some of the information through the program,
Yeah.
and then have a commercial lender in there, invite different ones to show that there is money available, what kind of programs they have, what are you looking at for interest rates, down payments, that maybe we could coordinate a little bit more gathering, because you and I both know, the first place a business goes is to the town hall.
Yep.
They don't go to,
Yep.
they're not running around talking to the Economic Development Committee.
No.
They're gonna go to a town hall and then to show about the permitting process, is it easy, not easy? If anything, maybe bring somebody in who had a great experience in doing that. But I think those are the key things, to try and show you wanna have business.
So, I'm reading in the newspaper about Dudley and solar panels.
Yes.
The planning board's trying to spot zone, is that what they're doing?
No, and it's funny, because I kind of looked at it similarly, but supposedly not. That's not the interpretation. It's not for any particular individual's gain.
Well, most certainly is. We got a solar company that wants to put a big, huge farm on Partridge Hill Road, and it's not zoned for that. On Dershman's land.
Well, I think it's also about part of the, it's a benefit to the town, that if that came about as far as, I think, potentially finishing the road.
How would you like to live on Partridge Hill Road?
I know, absolutely.
And
I
it
don't
destroys the
disagree.
residential nature.
Well, the other part then will be, people need to show up,
Yeah.
voice their opinions,
I agree.
and you and I both know. I don't see anybody here asking us questions on assessing or what's going on or any of that. People need to show up, other than once it's voted and passed, and they go, how did they let that happen? They
Right,
let it happen
right.
because nobody showed up.
Right.
So I think that's a big part. But I agree. I think the soul, I know it's the way of the world, but I still have issues with the landscape and everything else.
Well,
that
I mean,
goes
you
with
move
it.
into a residential neighborhood, you don't expect to have 12,000 solar panels blaring back at you,
Yeah.
or whatever the number is. It's pretty substantial, and apparently allowing them to move in does not improve the road like they were supposed to. I mean, that road is falling apart.
I know. Well, that comes under the purview of two people, the Board of Selectmen regarding the road
Yeah.
and Planning Board.
Yeah. It's the planning board that's sponsoring the article.
I know, but again, it's gonna be before a town meeting, and if people don't at least say they want it passed over to get more information, then things will move forward.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but you're right, all of a sudden, you go to use your land and you can't because they changed zoning on you.
Yep. I've never understood how you can own a piece of property, you could live in Florida, they make a zoning change and you never got notified. They are not obligated, to get a certified letter, nothing. It just goes before the planning board for a zoning change and then to a town meeting.
Yeah, it just, in any event, it just boggles the mind that you can change the total complexion of that neighborhood's all gonna change.
You're absolutely right. So those people need to make sure they show up.
So is June 8th good for you?
I believe it is. I think that's gonna work at this point. Life changes, but at the moment it works.
I'm good for June 8th too.
All right, then I make a motion, we set our meeting for June 8th.
I'll second that, make it unanimous.
And the only thing I think we ought to give it, what do you see happening on the real estate in the town? I'm sure people, there's a gap getting wider and wider between what you are assessed at and what the market has been doing to values, that people
Our
should not.
coefficient of dispersion is just shot. As people know, the assessed value, or don't know, the sales price and the assessed value should be, if you had a property that's worth 100,000, it can go as low as 90,000 for assessed value or as high as 110. That $100,000 assessment is now bringing $150,000 prices. But we're a year and a half behind, Joanne.
I know, but do you see, I'm curious whether there's gonna be a leveling off. I think we've made it jump so quick.
I know, I know.
Then I'm not
I
sure where
disagree
these-
with you.
Yeah, you
I
think
do.
it's gonna keep going?
Yeah. You, only as a builder, I can tell you that the prices have not caught up to our costs.
Well, I think new construction's a whole different ballgame, but on existing properties, I think there's a big jump going on that I think we're gonna price people out of the market pretty soon again.
What happens is, and you're seeing it now with all the help wanted signs all over the place, wages are gonna rise. They have to in order to attract people or keep people.
Yeah.
So as the wages go up and supposedly our taxes go down, then they should be able to afford it. Right now, you could own cheaper than renting in
That's
Webster.
true. Yep.
That's not gonna stay the same.
Yeah.
Interest rates will go up to 6-7%, something like that, like they have in the past. Prices will go up because they're not making any more land. It's just been that way for the last 45 years.
Well, it's interesting to see. I'm hoping this cycle is going to last for somewhat of a decent period of time. It does make me edgy as to how some of this will all appraise out, but it is unnerving when you look at what we're selling them for and what we had them assessed at.
How do you appraise a two-family in Webster just sold for 309? How did that appraise out?
Carefully,
Yeah, there are no comps,
yeah.
but in any event. So, should we make a motion?
All right, I make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second that, make it unanimous. Have a great day, everybody.